Hi, it's Jesse from OK Salmon. For our first ever game review, we'll be looking at Desert Beagles' game, Crush Zone Demolition Derby. The game is currently in a demo, and you can play it on Steam right now. I'll leave a link to the game's Steam page in the description.
Crush Zone Demolition Derby
is a destruction derby game set in the future, where drivers have access to a range of technologically advanced gadgets they can equip to their car to gain the edge over their opponents. In the demo, the only available mode is free-for-all, which really throws you into the deep end without any floaties. My advice, don't try to win your first rounds. Use them as a sandbox to get used to the controls and test the controller mapping. I use a universal switch controller and had to remap the acceleration to make it playable, but this was easy enough using the in-game key binding menu. Keyboard and mouse worked straight away and felt clean to use, but overall the game definitely plays better with a controller. I really like the art style. It reminds me of 64-era games, like Pod Racer, Demolition Derby 64, Conker's Bad Fur Day, like all the stuff I grew up. It's really satisfying when you see the visual damage on the car as well. And the weapon effects, they look pretty cool. At first, it felt like the weapon cooldowns were too slow, but that was just because I didn't want to get hit and I didn't want damage to my car, and I only wanted to cause damage with the weapons. Once I got more confident and started using the car itself as a weapon, using the attacks as like a boost to the damage, it all started to make more sense. There are also a lot of buffs that spawn around the map, like shields, spikes, radioactive waste, either boosts your damage or applies like a temporary effect. There's even a huge healing zone that appears in the middle occasionally, and sitting in it will earn you points as well as heal you, which is pretty cool. One of the things that took me a bit to figure out was where to look for the score updates. Your score and your current position are shown in the bottom right, along with how far you are behind the next player. When your score changes, the updates pop out from the corner. I think that's great for reducing screen clutter for experienced players, but it might help new players if the score popped up closer to where the action's happening, usually around the middle of the screen, then floated to the bottom right. You could even add like a toggle switch to change between like how it currently looks and training mode or something, whether it's popping from the middle and goes across. My overall thoughts, positives, super fun gameplay. Perfect as a casual pick up and play party game in a social setting, kind of like a Smash Brothers at a party. Runs smoothly. I tested it on my old rig with DDR3 RAM, an ancient i5, like the 2500K processor, though I do have a GeForce RTX 3060, so that helps. I think it has great potential for use at game events and competitions. The negatives, lacks tutorial, can feel overwhelming at first. There's a few minor UI glitches, being able to unpause while in the key binding screen is still showing. The main menu navigation feels incomplete, but that's probably due to the fact that it's restricted for the demo. Considering this is just a demo, I feel like more of these things will be addressed in the full release. Desert Beagle hasn't announced an official release date yet. You can join their Discord to stay up to date or wishlist their game on Steam. Hopefully you found this review insightful, and in honor of this being our first ever review, we'll be hosting a Crush Zone online demolition derby contest using the Steam demo. To enter, join our Discord, details in the description. Much love everyone, Jesse signing out.